Okay, this is part 2 because I ran out of time being capped off at 10 minutes. That entire voice memo was leaked by Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds to TMZ. And what I think is very distracting and playing a dirty PR game is just that, because they want to deflect away from the fact that he just dropped another lawsuit, which is his civil constitutional right to do so, to defend himself. I think that that was a way to say, oh, no, don't look over there at what he's suing us now. Look over here. We're going to drop this, which is supposed to be very damning audio clip. And they did. It's everywhere. The audio clip's everywhere, but you have to listen to it. It sounds like his production company, which bought and owns the rights to It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us, from Colleen Hoover, the author who wrote the book and the sequel, and very much had to do with the making of the movie, the filming of it, the production of it, all of that. He's also the director, but he's also playing one of the main 2 characters in the film. And the way he is speaking to Blake Lively, the way he's placating her is very telling to me. He's trying too hard to make it comfortable for her, to please her, to tiptoe on eggshells around her, because she's the actress playing the star role. And of course, they would want it to go well. So she'll want to play in the sequel as well, because we all know sequels don't work usually if they switch out the actress. It always ends up faring better if it's the same actress playing in the sequel as well, because people like to see that. They like to have that visual, seeing the character go on to the sequel and see the story continue with the same actress. Sometimes, but rarely, does it work out where there's a different actress playing the character, once people love a film so much. But the thing is with It Ends With Us is I've watched it and I think it's, it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. Like, it didn't, I can't even. See, she's upset because she wanted her version, her cut. You're just the actress. You shouldn't have had your own cut. Did extra number 273 over here get his own cut of the movie? No. Did supporting actor or actress, did they get their own cut of the film that they got to make and direct? No. Blake Lively clearly overstepped her job boundaries in and even being allowed to have her own cut. She's not a director. She's not the one. She's just starring in the film. She's just the actress. That's her job at the end of the day. That's it. She's supposed to be playing this character and bringing this story to life with this character. Anything outside of that is her asserting too much control and dominance. And it sounds to me in this voice memo like Justin Baldoni, and this is my opinion at this moment, knowing what I know. There could be pieces that I don't know. I'm sure there is. I'm sure a lot will come out with these lawsuits. But what I'm saying as of right now, hearing that voice memo, that sounds like he is doing nothing but trying to placate her. And I think that's a part of his problem, is he didn't make it fundamentally streamlined and just, this is it, okay? This is how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. And as far as production goes, I don't think that Blake Lively should have felt entitled to direct or to have her own cut or to sit here and try to complain about production. If she had any concerns, she should have immediately went to the HR department, not later. She should have immediately brought those to his attention and to the HR's department's attention and rectified that. Otherwise, she could have just left the film. She didn't have to make the film. They could have found somebody else if she was having problems. The thing is, she wanted to do the film, but she wanted to have control over everything. And that's not your job as the actress. You're supposed to show up. You're supposed to perform. You're supposed to read your lines and act out the scene. And that's it. If you're having any other kind of issues, of course, she has the right to bring those to the director's attention. He's the director. But the director in this voice memo sounds like he's trying too hard to tiptoe around her, to please her. He's verbally really showering her with, and I'm sure a lot of it is true, but it doesn't sound like gaslighting to me at all. It sounds like he is placating 100%, trying to make everything feel good for her so she's complicit and compliant in doing her job, which she should have been professional about in the beginning. There should have been no issue. If she had issue, she should have backed away from doing the movie, and she should have brought it to the HR department's attention and his attention and just straight up said it, how she felt, what she thought. The fact that he brings up so many times that, oh, I hope that you're feeling better, and that, like, has she been really sick, really ill, that she needs all this time to be better? I mean, that's not your fault when you hired her as the actress that she has anything personal going on. Work is work. Home is home. So I don't know if that was implying that she had some recent flu, cold, illness, something like that. Saying, give my love to Ryan. I hope, I'm sorry for taking up 6 minutes of your time. You're the director of the film she's starring in. You can take up as much time of hers as you need to when it talks about the movie and production and how everything's going. He's very clearly is trying to address that she had prior issues and prior horrible experiences on other movies with other filmmakers, to the point that it makes him so upset to even think about that she had to go through those. And thank you so much for feeling comfortable and vulnerable enough to tell me that and to share that with me. That's what he's saying. But that doesn't have anything to do with making and filming. It ends with us. What other filmmakers or directors did or did not do to Blake Lively is not Justin Baldoni's problem, nor was it the problem of that production. The fact that she is clearly using past experiences and things that she may or may not have really went through as a way to assert control over what she wants to do or does not want to do in the movie It Ends With Us is, to me, telling that she's using verbal and emotional tactics and strategies to mean girl and worm her way into having her way. And that's weird. I don't know if that's like the new modern thing for women, but showing up at your job every day. I mean, I wouldn't show up at my job and say to my male boss, well, you can't stock that shelf because looking at that shelf reminds me of what my old boss did and the experience that I had with him, even though that's damaging to our store and to customers being able to get anything that they need off that shelf. Like, it just doesn't make any sense if you get what I'm saying. You don't bring that to somebody. That's not his problem. It's not his fault. And this is why people are going to hate me. I'm not saying that women don't make good filmmakers, because absolutely, yes, they do. But this is why, generally speaking, the majority of filmmakers and directors are men, because they are better at being able to put aside their mental, emotional baggage and experiences and really focus on their production, their movie, what they're actually filming and doing. And that is absolutely not saying that female filmmakers and directors cannot be better than men, because there's lots of them that are, and especially on Broadway, like as far as plays. But I'm just saying overall, men are able to typically switch that off and be able to pan back to work mode, professional mode. This clearly tells us that Blake Lively was using prior experiences and these horrible things that she went through with other filmmakers and directors, which is not his fault or his problem, nor is it his obligation to fix. This whole voice memo doesn't prove anything to me other than Justin Baldoni should have been more professional and put his foot down and been more stern as director, as the CEO of the production company. But I don't know, you tell me.